Well, hello everyone. Well, hello. Welcome back. I know it's in the middle of the week, but I got a few questions on the last video that I did. And so, oh, that's disgusting. I thought I would follow up with you. Let me just adjust here because I'm just in the house. But there were very, very interesting questions. They're questions that I get quite often. So I thought I would just address them straight out. And of course, as you know, I would love your feedback and your comments because that keeps me rolling. And so let me just dive into the first comment. And the first comment says, it talks about a procrastination, and it says, I want to do this, but I just keep procrastinating. And I think we can all relate to that. And I think it's probably just human nature. I want to bring in a couple of books that have helped me on my journey. And with this one on procrastination, it really, really is a very interesting concept. This book is called Think and Grow Rich. And it's been a source of information and wealth for me. Wealth, not necessarily only in terms of money and finances, but and actually that's what put me off reading this book, because I thought I don't want to only base my life on money. But this is, as I said, much more. It's Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And what's really, really interesting about this book is written, nearly 100 years ago. And so the wisdom then applies today. And I also, it's not an easy book to read because of when it was written. But essentially, it's a book that I read on repeat. So meaning that when I am finished one end of it, I just go back again. And for many, many reasons, it's really, really been a positive influence on my book and on my life. And the book is divided up into different things, actions we can take in order to think and grow rich. And I'm looking at this rich part as having a rich life. Not only money, but rich in lifestyle and in being. And so there's one chapter on decision. And the third sentence on this chapter on decision it says procrastination is the opposite of decision. It's the common enemy, which is practically every man, let's say, we'll add, and women must conquer. It says, and so we have to be aware of when we are procrastinating. And again, we have to ask ourselves, why? Part of the follow-up that I'm doing on this live session was knowing your why. That video was Decluttering and Know Your Why. And I also pointed out in that video that you have got to make that decision, that nobody else can. And it says here also something very, very interesting. If you are influenced by the opinion of others, you have no desire to make your own decisions. So for example, and others here on YouTube, any books that you read can help you along your journey, but you must decide. And so you must overcome that procrastination and understand why you are procrastinating. And you know how great you feel when you're putting something off and then you go and do it. So I suspect that you should really, really have that mindset that I'm going to start and I'll feel so much better. And finally, with this question in mind, it says here that when you decide to do something, once you make that decision, it says only let one of your first decisions is to keep your mouth closed and go ahead and do it. And so don't tell others what you're doing. Make it an internal decision and then let them see the results. Because without knowing it, so many people they're not encouraging, and they only see life through their own lenses. And so you have to make that decision to declutter, or in anything, but in this context, it is decluttering. So excellent book, highly recommended. Interesting book. And by the way, if you'd like to talk about books, if you'd like to discuss books, let me know, because you know I love my books. Another question that I got was, or it's a comment, and it says, how do you deal with others in your family that are causing you to not move forward because they have their own stuff and they're not following your plan, and they are causing disruption in the whole area because they might not get it. And again, I reference this book. It's a Madame Chic book I bought. As you can see, it came from a library. And it's Madame Chic. It's written by Jennifer L. Scott, and she's the Daily Connoisseur. I highly recommend her channel if you're not there already. Very, very interesting woman. And she wrote this book, and she talks about managing clutter. And she says, of course, managing clutter would be a lot easier if we lived alone. And I know it's easy for me, and followed our own clutter management systems. But that's not always the case. So what she suggests is to get everyone on board. And I suppose that goes against what I said, not telling everyone, but let's just follow through on these thoughts. Get everyone together and explain to them what you are doing and why you are doing it. Have a family board meeting, so to speak, and bring everyone and let everyone be involved. I would take that a little bit further, and if you feel that you're not getting cooperation from your whole family, at least designate one room where everything is clutter-free. And maybe, hopefully, they will understand why you are in the process of decluttering and why you would want them to come along on the journey. And so those are the two questions that I got asked, is how do you stop the procrastination? And it's your decision. You've got to want it badly enough. And then the other one is, how do you bring everyone along for the ride of decluttering? And again, family meetings, decision that you're going to live this way and lead by example. And then let me know, because you inspire me, as you did today, to do other videos. And that is me for today. I need to get back to work. Let me know if this resonates with you. And also, I'll mention it again, if you are a reader, if reading is one of your hobbies, one of your interests, let me know, because maybe we could put something together where we could read a book together. And Lord knows I have so many suggestions. Let me know if you are here in the comment box below. And until Sunday, when I've got another video, I wish everyone a good day. Stay well, stay safe. Prayers for Ukraine. Toodles, everyone.